March hats. We'll call them that. We'll look at, and how many of you were there? All right, yay, including our fellow allies in the other gender. And there's just something about people coming together. And sí se puede. This is so important to me. And I will tell you what Betty was just saying. One of the most moving moments of my entire life was standing behind President Obama, the one we liked, and watching him take a pen and sign out of existence for all time, no child left untested, gone. No more AYP, adequate yuppie parents, or whatever that stood for. But what he replaced it with is an opportunity, and you're taking that opportunity here in Maryland. I know that Delaware is so full of itself. We're the first in the nation. Maryland is the first in the nation to take on ESEA. Please do not tell Delaware I said that. But what we're doing here is historic. It really is historic. And all that we know how to do is to come together to take what's in our hearts and put it out there, because I have checked the NEA database, and you would be shocked at how few of our members are billionaires. Yes, I was shocked. All we have is each other. All we have is coming together to unite not only our members, but those people who should be our members and those folks that love public schools, and to unite the nation with the cause of public education. For us, that is not our job. It's our cause. We are the most vital national security that this country has. Everything that you do in that classroom, in that school, is the foundation of our economy. It's the foundation of our culture. It's how many kids are going to go to prison or go to work or go to college. It is the foundation of our democracy. And let me just say a little something about that democracy. I don't know where you were on election day, but I bet you won't ever forget where it was. Now, I will tell you this. I always assume if I'm talking to more than 3 people that one of them voted for Donald Trump. And I do not, we're going to have a really tough Thanksgiving dinner at my house next year, I'm telling you. Because people I love, people I'm related to, I'm shocked. I won't tell you how I voted, but I will tell you that I don't judge the people who voted for him. There was something he said, something that convinced that person, and the most sacred thing we have in our democracy is a secret ballot. You vote for the person that moved you. Fine. Election day is what democracy looks like, but you know what? Democracy also looks like the day after Election Day. Now you hold those people accountable. Now you tell them, whether I voted for you or not, I am watching you. And what I don't judge the voters, but I do judge Donald Trump. Amen. I judge the fact that he made little dreamers cry. He made some of our most vulnerable students cry. He took away some of the protections of our transgender students, our LGBT students, some of the most fragile children we can imagine. And he did that the day he put in office Betsy DeVos. Then we knew what he stood for. There are so many signs out here that are talking about privatization. And that's what those for-profit charter schools springing up all over Michigan are all about. It's about what Betsy DeVos called the education industry. It is about segregating our schools. It is about making sure that no one asks the questions, what do the kids in our most affluent mostly white communities. What do they have for their kids? That's, you know, what we need for ESSA. We need a $3.50 clipboard, a piece of paper, and a pencil. You walk in to the best resource school in Maryland. You know where you're going to find them. And you walk into them, and we're proud of them. I wouldn't take one thing away. Those parents said, this is what my kid needs to succeed. This is what my kid needs to get into Harvard. And they're right. What other people need to know is every child needs that. Not just some children. Every child needs that. So here's the game that they were playing in Maryland. By the way, they told me to kill time. So that's what I'm doing here. I got stuff to say. This is really fun. All right, this is what they do in Maryland is they defund your public schools. They make it so you don't have counselors and psychologists. You don't have paraprofessionals. You have a high class size. You don't have a librarian and a school nurse. You make that school as bare bones as you can get away with so that parents are unsatisfied and they feel like their kids aren't getting what they need. And so then what do? They rush in and they go, you don't need a better school. You need a voucher. You need a charter school across the street there. They've got great brochures. They'll promise you anything. And they can't promise you anything because they're not held accountable for anything. They can promise those desperate parents that their kids are going to be served, but not if they're special ed, not if they don't speak English, not if mom and dad can't afford to transport them to that school or to give them what they need. Do not let that happen in Maryland. Do not let unaccountable privatization happen in Maryland. You have the right idea. Public money for public schools. 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 And you are going to protect your schools. That is what ESSA was supposed to be about. What are you going to measure? And you're going to measure some of the stuff that you gave those kids, not just what they spit off on a standardized test. And you are going to make sure that you are going to have less testing that doesn't teach a child, and you are going to have more learning. You're going to do that because you're marching up to those state legislators, like the ones we like up here, and you are going to tell them, I believe in this democracy. I believe in my power as an educator, and I will not let down my children. I will not let down the families that are counting on me. And this is what we need from you, and we need it right here. We need it right now. No Trump, no DeVos, no Hogan, nobody who doesn't love our children should be listened to. You spent your lives, your careers loving someone else's children. And for that, you deserve the world. What you're going to get is a very cold march up to the Capitol, and you are going to keep doing what you've always done, putting your students first. And for that, mil gracias, mis hermanos y hermanas. Gracias de mi corazón. Go, fight, win. Mil gracias.